You know that I'm a crazy bitch. I do what I want when I feel like it. All I want to do is lose control. You know that I'm a crazy bitch. I do what I want when I feel like it. All I want to do is lose control. What is control? Like, you know what I mean? Like, has anyone actually stopped and thought about that one for a minute? Because I have. And I'll tell you, the only control. Okay, I can't even really narrow it down to one source, but for example, um, I could control. I could get a baby lion, like a little lioness or a little baby male or female cub, and grow it up. And I could, you know what I mean? And I could think that I own that, right? And I could be mean and dominant and all the fun stuff that man does, right? But that freaking lion's gonna grow up bigger than me, like to an extent, right? Like the only way I'd be able to beat that is maybe I'll take a rock and hopefully hit it in its teeth, and at which point just keep smashing this, like I don't know, Hulk smash the fucking their skull into the like I don't know, like how would you even logically take a lion, right? Like King David took lions, motherfucker. He also took Goliath, right? But yeah, but he was, I don't know. I feel like David was a lot like me in a sense, where it's like nobody expects me to do something great with my life. Everybody expects me to be like, ah, he's a fucking idiot. He's stupid. He's fucking crazy. Like, you know what I mean? All the fun stuff people can find that they don't, you know what I mean? To judge me because they don't understand the nature of me. They don't understand like my obsession, my will and love for God. Like people can't comprehend that on a large scale, right? Like, oh, you don't believe in God. You just lost hope in life. You have no family. You just found fictitious hope in a concept. You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, I actually started reading the Bible to prove that everybody was crazy for even entertaining it. So put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. And I got as far as Genesis 6, and I stopped, and I was like, and I went like I literally had to like figure out the translation, and because the sons of gods threw me off. Genesis 6, like the sons of God came down and chose the daughters of men, or chose daughters of men for what they chose, and bare children to them, creating half breeds, right? But I was just like, or like at least that's what you would think, right? But then it grieved in God's heart that He made man, and it's like I don't know, there's a lot you can take from that, but like for example, why are angels or gods or whatever these things? There's only one God. Why are they even coming down and having sex with women? Like why are they creating an imbalance through a physical reality? Like unless that's all part of the plan. But then why did it grieve in God's heart that He made man? I mean, maybe it grieved in God's heart that He made man, so then the half breeds had to go in and do the thing because like people are fucking. They need some godly, divine, spiritual, influential leadership. Otherwise, we're just like ducks, sitting ducks. Like you know what I mean? But like I don't know. I posted something a few days ago. It was like I'm the one. Like personally, that's a really crazy thing to say. But I think I am chosen, right? Like I think I'm chosen by forces and things that consciousness on a physical level through the flesh and whatever psychological nonsense to the DSM manual and all our understanding of what the hell is actually going on here to an extent psychologically is like is it's not the same. The DSM manual of 1952, I could tell you it's Trump. Your own books are, I can find flaws in your own books. If you were gay in 1952, right? I'm not trying to be discriminate. I'm being scientific. I'm putting on an observation. If you were gay, right, you could not be a social worker. Period. You had a mental illness. Now, if you're gay, if you already passed those check marks, then you could be literally dictating someone else's safety and livelihood and be gay. Like that's a contradiction in your own mental health DSM mental illness understanding. Like you know what I mean? Like I think I think that like people need to shut doctors have a lot more mental problems in my opinion. Like I don't even want to break it down, but I think that most doctors are arguably psychopathic. It takes a very special person to cut somebody up and sleep at night. Let's put it that way. Especially when you think about it, I could have made the incision there and saved their life. Like you have to just let it go. It's like the level of desensitization that comes with that field, you have to be a little fucked in the head. I'm sorry, like you know what I mean. Especially when they make so much money. Like I went to my Doctor Fuco, whatever the hell his name is, Fucco, whatever the fuck however you pronounce that. Like I went to him. The guy's got money. Okay, like I'm not gonna ask you for money, but when like at the end of the day, I will be successful, and don't expect me to help you or anybody in this city one day. Like one day I actually might go out of my way, like Hitler did. He sent somebody to fucking go collect all the Freemasons files in London, England, or whatever. Mind you, that person never came back, but because they got imprisoned. But like Hitler was doing shit that we can't comprehend. You know what I mean? We think it's he hated the Jews. Oh my God, he was such a he had great brain matter. Even though we can't find the actual brain, like from the actual suicide. Even though it wasn't a suicide, it was a staged thing. You know what I mean? People are stupid. Oh, you found like the skull is in Russia, and they've done an autopsy on it. It's the skull of a female, the skull of a 30-year-old woman, not the skull of a 50 or whatever old man. Like, man, and they don't even have any proof, zero proof that they actually found Hitler. Now, he obviously 1889, he'd be dead, right? Like, even though I literally just met someone who 100 years old today, and 2 weeks from now, she's 101, and she was actually pretty healthy. Like, I never thought like how many days you get to meet someone who's 100, and then a couple weeks from now, 101. 101 Dalmatians. Oh my God. Okay, I need to like smoke a popper, relax. But I just had to like say that like I'm not the one. Okay, so like, but I am gonna do great things, and you better believe that. It doesn't matter what happens next. Like I could probably like do something very wrong, but here's the thing. Like in the Bible, it says, "In the end of times, good will look evil, and evil will look good." Good will be evil and evil will be good, or whatever. Look good or whatever. The point is, it's an opposite. It's like try to wrap your head around that. Good will look evil and evil will look good, right? Like I already know I'm capable of everything. I could kill somebody and sleep at night as long as they didn't have a soul. If they were godly, if I killed someone and they're like, not that I want to. I'm just saying, in Canada, we can't carry knives. We have to mind our p's and q's and become spineless bitches like Trudeau. But I'm talking about like you actually take a step back. Like I'm part native, right? It's like if I actually entertain my genetic DNA makeup for what it is, like I'm a warrior. I'm a fucking. You better believe that. Like Mohawks, fuck man, they were the best natives. Period. It would take. Man, their city has what 100,000 people. I bet you 500 Mohawks, not even 200 Mohawks, could take this whole city out. Not even maybe 100 Mohawks. You don't need very many of those motherfuckers to take out a lot of people, right? So like just genetically based on that, like my own DNA, like I have an advantage over most people, even in the native culture. Like my DNA is more than Ojibwe, more than Cree, more than Blackfoot, more than all of it. And you can look at the statistics. I'm not being racist. I'm pointing out the science. Like Mohawks were motherfucking OG. Like you know what I mean? And whatever. And then you got God. I love God. Like I didn't. It never was supposed to be like that, eh? Like I went to prove it all